Laker fans, how we doing? My name is Sammy Long. This is another Laker preview video, getting you ready for the upcoming Laker matchups and some things to look out for in those matchups. Want to wish everyone a happy new year, and we're going to get into Portland, who the Lakers will be playing to kick off in the first game of the new year. We're going to get to them. There's some things I thought of the three-point shooting, some stats on them from a good Twitter account I like to follow. But first, Lakers come up short against top seed Cavs. It was a weird game to watch because it felt like it was going to be a blowout for the Cavs at multiple times throughout the game. It was really a tale of runs. I mean, the Cavs had multiple solid leads in the game, and it felt like at times they kind of got quickly out to 10, 12-point leads. And to the Lakers' credit, they actually crawled back in. And late in the third quarter, it was a 12-point lead. It looked like the Lakers were going away. And then the Lakers go on a 10-0 run right out of a break. So both head coaches, I thought, did do a good job of making adjustments out of the timeouts. The Cavs are loaded. The Cavs got a really good team. Jared Allen, there was no answer there. Donovan Mitchell got extremely hot in the fourth quarter when it mattered. Max Strus is big, come off the bench, the former Miami Heat player. Big. He had 15 points for them off the bench. So this is a really good team. The Lakers lost 122 to 110. I grade the Lakers' performance. I'm not going to kill them because it was a good team, and I think them blending in Dorian Finney-Smith, Shake Milton into the rotation, and D'Lo's not there. So for first game without all of that and kind of figuring all that out, I did think it was poorly mismanaged at the end of the game. I was disappointed JJ Redick didn't challenge on that one play where it looked like, I believe it was Jared Allen threw the ball out of bounds and they didn't challenge it. And then Allen ended up getting an easy deuce, and it kind of felt like the game was over. And then LeBron hit a big three, cutting it to 7 or 5. And there was just a lot of mismanagement at the end of the game. And once they got to that 10 and 12, it seemed too much of a deficit to crawl back from. But so there was some mismanagement there at the end. The Lakers kept fighting in the game. I'm going to give them credit there. They didn't kind of roll over, which they could have done. The Cavs are an elite team. But the other way to look at it is the Lakers are, if they want to get to where they want to go, they're going to need to beat teams like the Cavs and the Celtics. I mean, the Cavs, Celtics, or Knicks probably coming out of the East, and the West have their fair share of really good teams in Oklahoma City and teams like that. So the Lakers certainly still have work to do. I do think that's a tough draw for, as I mentioned, working new guys in the lineup, coming right off a trade, not having your full arsenal. It's a tough draw, but still, I think it was good for the Lakers to experience that. It's unfortunate, though, that they didn't come out on the winning side. LeBron, 23 points, had a good game. AD, 28 and 13. Reeves, huge performance, 35 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. It's nice to see him excelling in his new role, without D'Lo, because they're going to need him, because you got rid of D'Lo, who didn't play a lot of defense at all, but could score a lot and could score in bunches at times. You take a guy like that off the team. JJ Redick was talking about, they traded D'Lo. That's a big value. That's a big value loss, even though I do like the move, Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. But, I mean, Reeves over the last 3 games, 35 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. I just mentioned 26 points, 6 rebounds, 16 assists, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. I mean, that's huge. That's what you need to keep seeing from Austin Reeves. It sucks that his career high ended up in a loss. Bron showed up, AD showed up, Reeves showed up. Rui had a tough game. 3 of 10 shooting, 7 points. Max Christie didn't have a very good game, 5 points. Dorian Finney-Smith, only 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists on the stat sheet, but he did have a positive plus-minus, which is big. Cam Reddish didn't scratch. Shake Milton, though, I will say, 2 of 4. It hit 2 threes in that game, 6 points. Again, Dorian Finney-Smith and Milton are only going to get better in this offense. And they even talked about it post-game a little bit. Dorian Finney-Smith's like, I'm still trying to learn the offense and defensive sets and things like that. I think they both acquitted themselves pretty nicely. And I love to see that. We know Dorian Finney-Smith's going to be a big contributor, but, Shake Milton, we're not going to get too excited because it's a small sample size. I was excited about when he was in the deal. I really didn't think he was just a throw-in piece. I think he can actually really help this team, especially with Gabe Vincent, dealing with an injury. And I think even when he comes back in Vando, I think Shake Milton's a very good player. I didn't think he was utilized enough when he was in Philly and then bounced around the league, Minnesota, New York, a few teams like that, and then Brooklyn. I think there's a real value on this team, and he's young. He's only 28 years old. I'd love to see the Lakers kind of put some value in developing him. He could be a nice player. So it was nice seeing 6 points from him first game. Connect had a tough night, 4 points, 0 of 5 from 3. So definitely Rui and Connect going to need more there, but just how it was on that night. But flushing that game again, Lakers still playing good basketball. Tough loss. Going to need a rebound against Portland. We'll get to them in a minute. 3-point shooting. There's a Twitter account that I love to follow. It's actually called Crangus McBasketball. But covers the Lakers. Great account to whoever runs it. Kudos to you. Some interesting stats about ball screen pull-up threes from Lakers players this season. So coming off screens, pitting them threes. Reeves shoots 34%, LeBron 32%, D'Lo 32%. Obviously, D'Lo's gone, and Gabe Vincent 15%. So these shots haven't been falling for LA like they have in previous years. And then spot up 3-point percentage this season for Lakers players. So this is just spot up corner threes, not necessarily corner, but just spot up in the beyond the arc. Reeves 41%, Rui 42%, D'Lo 39%. Connect 44%, Christie 40%, Vincent 37%, AD 29%, LeBron 34%, and Cam Reddish 28%. And then Shake Milton 1 for 3, and Dorian Finney-Smith 0 for 1. Lots of solid shooting on those catch and shoot threes. So the Lakers got to get better at coming off screens and getting these shots. They can knock them down when they're open, and a lot of teams around the NBA can do that. They're NBA players. I hope that they can knock them down when they're open. I got to give credit to D'Lo. D'Lo was pretty good at that. He makes some pretty contested threes off screens at times. I know he jack a lot of them up, but he was good at that. Definitely, Gabe Vincent, 15%. He looked like before the injury was coming on a little bit, so hopefully his statistics will improve. Reeves been playing well. We always know LeBron and AD are going to bring it. But that's where Dorian Finney-Smith, hopefully, shooting 43.2% this year from three, averaged around 35-36% for his career. Hopefully him and Shake Milton can kind of bring that to the offense a little bit, because the Lakers do need to start hitting some more contested threes than just when they're open, because you play good teams, you're not going to get a ton of open shots. The Lakers do create a lot of open threes, probably more than other teams, because the Lakers are so good in transition in the paint, so they're going to be able to kick out to 3-point shooter spot up around there. But the Lakers could really start hitting some threes off screens, a la the Warriors a little bit. No one's better than Steph Curry at that. No one's going to be Steph Curry. But if you could get kind of improve in that area, I do think that needs to happen. I mean, JJ Redick was talking about the game the night before. He said on the 3-point shooting, I thought we generated good looks, and they just didn't go down. So the Lakers were getting good looks on the night. And have been recently. That's why I think they have been winning. But, against the Cavs, just a tough draw. They didn't hit shots, and the Cavs got hot down the stretch. Donovan Mitchell could not miss. But this is interesting. I think the coaching staff hopefully can the Lakers are such a roll to the basket, pick and roll team, and always going toward the basket, which is great. You draw a lot of fouls, get guys at the free throw line, but would love to see them start hitting some threes off those as well. So I thought that was a stat that was worth mentioning. Shout out to Crangus McBasketball on Twitter. If you're watching, because you do good stuff out there. But looking at Portland, so moving on. To keep it frank, this team's terrible. They're 11-21. Looking at their roster, like some of these guys, I pride myself in watching a lot of NBA basketball. Some of the guys on the Portland team are not unknown commodities, but the injury report situation. Jeremy Grant is out for them. He has a face contusion, and Matisse Thybulle, former 76er with a right ankle sprain, he is out. Delano Banton is questionable with a hip contusion. On the Lakers side, Gabe Vincent, left oblique strains, questionable, and Anthony Davis is questionable with the left ankle sprain. I expect AD to play because he played against the Cavs, so they're just probably listing him on the injury report. Hopefully he is playing, because Lakers are going to need him. Or maybe not in this game, but still, you don't want to blow a game knowing that you have that next game playing the back-to-back. This is a trap game. This is a Lakers game Lakers should win. Vegas opened the line at -7.5 in favor of the Lakers. It's been bet up all the way to 9.5, and we're still a ways from game time, so we'll see where that lands in Vegas for all you gamblers out there. The total set at 223.5. There's very few guys on this team that really, for Portland, scare you. Anthony Simons has had some big games against the Lakers before. He is a nice young player, a nice young piece. Shaedon Sharpe leads the team with about 17.8 points per game. DeAndre Ayton, former Phoenix Sun, a little over 10 rebounds per game, leads the team. And Scoot Henderson, former top 3 draft pick from a few years ago, kind of had a tumultuous career, spent time in the G League, has not really lived up to the expectations, but he does lead the team with about 5 assists per game. So That's kind of the three guys to watch out for. Kamara's all right in the starting lineup. Villa and Chris Murray comes off the bench, gets some minutes. Robert Williams, former Boston player, center, he gets some significant minutes. And Scoot Henderson comes off the bench. So this is a game the Lakers should win. At the end of the day, the Lakers should not blow this game. But then again, the Lakers need to. One win in the NBA is the same whether it comes against Boston or it comes against Portland. And this is a vintage Laker team where it's like you're coming off a tough loss against Cleveland. Overall, good last couple weeks of basketball, been moving up in the standings. You need to handle your business against Portland. And don't be looking ahead to that Friday game. Don't be looking ahead to a Hawks team and some teams upcoming that you've had some good battles with before. You want to make sure that you win this game. They should win this game. That's all I'm saying. They should win this game. There's no reason that they shouldn't win this game if they bring their A game. And I think this is a great opportunity for hopefully them to get a decent lead and kind of work Finney-Smith into the offense a little bit and Shake Milton and give those guys some run. So hopefully it goes a good time. The Lakers don't get a ton of breaks in the West with schedule. The West is so deep that this is one of the games you kind of circle on your calendar going, that's a likely Laker W. So let's make it a Laker W instead of just talking about it. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Hopefully we're talking about my next preview video, which we will get tomorrow, talking about a Laker W and how the Lakers can get a little win streak going. But again, wishing everyone a happy new year. Alan's going to get you guys on the post-game show, and then he will be doing his show in the morning, killing it as usual. So thank you guys. Appreciate everyone tuning in.